So this skill and drill is called bridges. It's to target the tissue in the back part of the hip. Now there's different variations that you can try. This is the easiest one to start off with. You're going to keep your feet, your knees, and your hips parallel with each other about hip width apart. From there, you want to make sure that your core is engaged. The easiest way to do that is blow out like you're blowing a candle. Just like that, and maintain the contraction. As you start to lift, you want to make sure that you try to drive and do this effort coming through the back hip tissue. You're going to drive your heels into the floor, keep the core engaged, and then lift up nice, slow, and controlled, making sure the back tissue engages so that from your shoulder, hip, knee should be one straight line, and then slowly lower it back down. As you can tell, my feet were slightly up. You're more than welcome to do that, or you can keep your feet flat. So again, you're going to blow out like a candle, make sure the core is engaged, drive your heels into the floor, and lift your tush up off of the floor, making sure that you try to form a diagonal line from your shoulder all the way down to your knees. Hold that for a little bit, then slowly lower it back down. The second variation that you can do with this drill is you can draw a knee up towards your chest and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to draw this knee up towards my chest. I'm going to hold it. From that position, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to blow out. To engage my core, I'm going to drive this heel and foot into the floor so that my pelvis can lift up. So I'm going to blow out, engage the core, push into the floor with my heel and foot, and then lift up, trying to be a diagonal line from the shoulder, hip, all the way down to the knee. Hold that position without tilting over towards one side or the other, then slowly lowering it back down. The third variation to this is using a foam roller. You can place this foam roller anywhere from about mid-thigh all the way down to the ankle. The closer the foam roller is to the ankle, the harder it will be because it's a longer lever. I'm going to place it roughly about mid-calf. The other leg is more of a kickstand or more of a help. Most of the effort is being generated from the straightened leg that's on the foam roller. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to blow out, make sure the core is engaged, and then I'm going to try to lift up my pelvis by firing the back hip tissue. My calf is pushing into the foam roller by generating the effort through the back tissue here, and then I'm slowly lowering it back down. This opposite leg is helping out, but again, most of the effort is trying to go towards the straightened leg. So right now I'm doing a 50-50 effort distribution, and then if I feel comfortable, I'll put more workload on this opposite hip that's straightened out. So I'm going to tighten it up, and then I'm going to push and then lowering it back down. The fourth variation to this is actually having both legs on the foam roller. So I'm going to place both legs on the foam roller. I'll start up the ankle. So this is going to be more effort because it's a longer lever. It's furthest away from my hips. From this position, I'm going to tighten up, and then I'm going to contract the back hip tissue so I lift up off of the floor and then slowly lower it back down. So again, I'm going to lift up my shirt so you can see the space in between my back and also the flooring. I'll keep my tummy tight, generate the effort coming through the back hip tissue while I raise my pelvis up off of the floor, and then I'll lower it back down.